you. Let me be in your crew. I just wanna be free. Be with people like me. I'm so not in the mood to be broken and blue. I just wanna go dance. Baby, find me some romance.
Hello my beauties, welcome back to my channel. This is Funmibi here again with another fun video. In today's video I'll be showing you all how I made this stunning cap that our dear sister Cardi B had on in her up music video. The process of making this video was very interesting and I can't wait to carry you guys along with me, so let's get right into it. Alright guys, so before I made the final cap that I made, right, that you guys saw at the beginning, I made this other cap and I found that the shape was not the same as the type of shape that I was going for. Basically, this was just like a regular cap. So just in case you guys want to see this tutorial as well, let me know down in the comment section and I can just share that whole process with you guys. But for the purpose of this video, you'll be needing this piece of item. It's called Marco. You also need a velvet fabric, your gum brush, and your Evostick. You also need your satin and flowers and your tape rule, of course, for taking measurements. You also need a scissors and a piece of paper for marking your what they call it now, pattern for the Marco that you're trying to cut. So I'm going to be cutting this paper on bias. So if you're familiar with sewing, you know what I mean by cutting on bias. But we also need a pad as well. I'll carry you guys along as I go along in this video. So this is how you fold on bias. You fold from one edge and allow that edge meet the second edge. Just watch the way I folded that piece of paper. You might need to go back again and then look at that whole process again. So I'm going to be cutting my paper on half circle, and this is because the shape I'm going for, you require cutting your paper on half circle. All right, this is me folding it again on bias just to show you guys one more time. So for the purpose of cutting a half circle to make your cap, you need to multiply the circumference of your head by 2, right, and then divide that circumference by 3.14. I'm going to leave the formula on the screen for you guys just in case you are interested in making this cap for yourself and you're trying to figure out how to go about it. And I want the width of my cap to be 3 inches. So after getting the result for the circumference of my head times 2 divided by 3.14, I'll also add 3 inches to it. And once that is done, I'm going to mark it all around my piece of paper. You guys should just pay attention to how I'm marking it on this sheet of paper so you don't get confused along the line. So once that is done, I'm now going to go ahead to cut off that piece from my paper, right, and then go about cutting that same piece of paper on my Marco. This Marco, I got it from these guys that sell accessories for shoemakers. So if you are into making shoes, those guys that sell Evostick and those other kinds of items, that's where you'll find Marco. And I got the piece that I used there for how much? I think it was eventually about 500 naira. It's usually not pricey, and the Marco you're going for is the very light type because it's something that you're wearing on your head. You don't want to get something that is too heavy or thick that might end up giving you a headache. So this is just me here marking the circumference of my head times 2 divided by 3.14 on this piece of paper, and then I'm now also going to go ahead to measure 3 inches again on that paper in order to get the width of the cap that I'm going for. I decided not to split through this part because I just wanted you guys to really come along with me so I don't lose you guys along the line in this video. If this is your first time of stopping by, I'm so sorry I didn't say hello at the beginning of the video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Funmibi. I make videos about DIY styling. I do a lot of vlogs here and there as well, and I just share things that I'm very passionate about here on this channel. So you're very welcome. If you're yet to hit the subscribe button, please do well to hit the subscribe button. That button helps my channel grow and just spreads my video to a wider audience. Also, if at the end of the day you enjoyed watching this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That button also helps YouTube spread my videos to a wider audience. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if by the time I'm sharing this video with you all I've already hit 1,000 or not, but just please join the family. It's fun and it's entertaining and interesting and very educative on here on this channel. So I'm done cutting my half circle now, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead to use this my binder clips to hold the paper in place and then go ahead to cut that pattern on my Marco. This Marco form is what is going to give me the shape of my cap that I'm going for. I'm also going to be using this glue as well as my uhu gum as well. They are going to be working hand in hand in order to achieve that cap. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put some glue on the edge of this my half circle of marco that I already cut, and then glue it together. This is what is going to give me the shape of that cap that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. The reason why I didn't cut this cap normally is because when I made the first cap that I showed you guys at the beginning, I found that cutting the marco on a regular shape would not give it this kind of, what do they call this type of shape. Now it won't give you that kind of bent cylindrical shape that you guys saw at the beginning. It's just going to give you a normal cylindrical shape, and that was not the shape I was going for with this my cap. So I'm just going to go ahead to press this. I don't have a mallet, that was why I kind of used my clip holder there to basically beat the cap into shape. What I'm doing here now is I'm also going to be cutting a pattern for the fabric that I'm going to be wrapping that my marco with, and this time instead of doing 3 inches for the width of the fabric after cutting that exact same thing, I'm going to make this one 5 inches because I want the fabric to be 2 inches wider than that marco in order to get the shape that I'm going for with my cap, and then make it enough to wrap the cap and cover everywhere basically. So you're cutting almost like the same thing you cut the first time, but this time you're adding 2 extra inches in order to get the amount of fabric that will be enough to wrap your cap. I hope you guys have been coming along with me, and I hope I'm not moving too quickly. If you found that this video was too quick for you, feel free to drop me your questions and any other type of inquiry about this cap in the comment section, and be sure that I would respond to you as soon as possible. So this is what we have here with my fabric now, and I'm folding it into 2. I added 1 extra inch in order to give me my sewing allowance because I'm going to join the 2 sides together. Also with that marco, you are cutting the marco on the circumference of your head, right, plus 1 inch. I'm going to leave every formula for making this particular head gear on the screen for you guys, just in case I forgot to mention it as I was doing this voiceover. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gluing down my sewing allowance. I already went ahead to sew on 1/2 inch, and I'm just gluing it down just to make things very flat. All right, now it's time to wrap my marco with the fabric that I already cut out and joined together, and this is going to take a lot of patience. I kind of moved through things quickly, but be sure that it's going to take you a while trying to make your own cap as well. So take your time, and this time I'm using my uhu glue because I found that the scent of that other glue is a bit strong and it's not something I really like, so I don't want to use too much of it while making this cap. So uhu glue is a much friendlier, is it much friendlier now? Is a friendlier alternative to using that particular glue. But if you don't mind the smell of glue generally, feel free to use whatever type of glue you have going on. The point is you just want to glue down your fabric to this your marco. So I'm just going to be gluing, and once that is done, we are going to move to the next stage of making this cap, which is just basically covering the top, right? We can't wear this cap on our head and then have the top open, right? That's not the style we are going for. So this is it. This is me after I already went about wrapping up the fabric and the marco together. Now it's time for me to sort out the top of my cap, and this is what I'm going to be using for the top. I'm going to be using this breast pad. So this is the padding that you use when you're trying to make a breast cup for a particular type of outfit, whatever outfit you're making. People that do a lot of sewing at home already know what I'm talking about. You can also use your regular foam. That one you can get it from all these guys that do carpentry work. They sell those foams, but because I just couldn't find anyone close to me and I really wanted to just make this thing quickly, I decided to sort of improvise and use this breast pad. So what I'm doing now is I already cut out the shape of the top of my cap and added an extra inch to it, and I'm also applying some glue to the top of this breast pad I already cut out and placing my velvet fabric on top of it just to get the shape of the top. Like I said, I'm going to leave every calculation on the screen just in case I'm moving too quickly and you guys are getting lost basically. So this is it now. I already went about gluing my fabric to the breast pad. Now it's time for it to fit into the cap in order to cover it up. With this part as well, you need to be careful. You need to take your time. Do it as slowly as possible. But first of all, you need to apply some of that your uhu gum onto the inner edge of your cap. Basically, the tip where the cover is going to be staying, right? You apply some glue there and then just gently place that top into that hole. Basically, this whole process too requires a lot of patience, and this is me. I'm done applying that top to my cap, and my cap is already coming into form gradually. What I'm doing here is I'm turning my cap upside down and drawing the circumference of that top that I cut out. I'm cutting it on this satin fabric, and this is just for me to line the inner part. You can't leave the inner part looking unkept like that. So this is it here. I added 2 inches on the side as well, just to give me room for it to cover every part properly. I also applied some glue into that inner part, and then I placed my lining inside it just to cover all the secrets inside the cap. What I'm using now is my cardboard here, and this is just to also line the edges of the inner part of the cap. And I'm cutting this cardboard based on the dimension of the circumference of my cap, right? My cap is 23.5 inches wide, or is it round now? And I added 1 extra inch, so the total is about 24.5 inches. Feel free to get your own cap measurements. You will not use my own measurements, right? Because this cap is made for my own head. So measure the circumference of your head and then add 1 inch to it in order to get this particular dimension that I'm using right here. If you guys want to see how I usually take my head measurements, let me know. I can make a short quick video just to share that whole process with you guys. Leave me comments down in the comment section, and then I'll work something out for you guys. So this is the dimension of my head I already cut out on this piece of cardboard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the exact same thing on a piece of fabric. So is this my satin fabric that I'm going to be using to achieve that? I'm also going to add 1 inch by the side because I want to wrap this fabric wrap the cardboard now a little with this fabric in order to basically get the lining that I'm going for. And the width is 3.5 inches, and that extra 0.5 inches just to create room for wrapping the cardboard. You guys will see how I go with it. What I'm doing here is I'm just applying some of this my Evostick on my cardboard and placing it on this fabric just to glue the fabric on to the cardboard and form my lining basically. So what I'm going to do now next is I'm going to cut off all these edges just to create room for ease, and then fold the fabric over onto the cardboard just to cover up the edges and make everything nice and smooth. And that's going to require a little more gum. Apply the gum on the fabric and then fold it over. Just watch as I'm going along. If you've been enjoying this video, please be sure to hit the like button as I'm speaking to you right now, and also subscribe if you're yet to subscribe as well. That helps my channel grow a lot. So what I'm doing now is I'm just folding over that fabric onto my cardboard, and it's done. This is it right here. Next up, I'm going to apply some glue to that inner part, right? That part where the cardboard is still showing. I'm going to go ahead to apply some glue right there, and I'm going to be using this my Uhu glue, and this is just to help me glue the cardboard lining situation onto the inner part of my cap. You guys will see how that is going to go as well. So just keep watching. Basically, we've not gotten to that part yet. Alright guys, so this is what I'm doing now. So I'm using this my cardboard situation just to wrap the edges of my cap to hide all the the jaga jaga inside, to make everything look nice and smooth when I'm wearing the cap. We are perfectionists. Well, we're not perfectionists. We like to do clean jobs on this channel. Okay, so if you're making this for someone, make sure you keep things very, very nice and clean and just smooth. So this is the inner part of the cap now. Look at how neat. You will not even know the amount of work that went into making this cap. So next up, I'm going to start accessorizing the cap just to get that final look that we saw in the beginning. First of all, I'm going to go about sewing on this my fishnet. I think it's called fishnet. You get this also from your sewing accessories shop. Those guys sell a lot of stuff, and that's like my favorite place right now. I'm always going there to get stuff for my DIY project. So just tell them you want to buy fishing nets or fascinator nets. They will show you this particular type of net. So I'm just going to be doing some hand sewing and sewing this all around the cap just to create that effect that is going to cover my face and make everything look very it's giving vibes. So I'm going to sew that, and that requires hand sewing. You can't do this using your sewing machine. You need to take your time and just stitch this as gently as possible all over your cap. And once that is done, we are going to go about accessorizing the top with flowers. And with the flowers, I went ahead to basically kind of paint the underneath of those flowers just to prevent the white I don't know what it's called now, the white thing underneath the flower. I don't want it to be peeping through the cap. So I went about using that my fabric paint to just kind of paint the edges black so that it will match the color of this cap. And then that middle part, I applied some glue there and then basically placed the flowers on the cap. That whole process was a bit hectic, but because I want things to look very, very neat and nice, I had to basically go through the pain of painting the flowers first before gluing it onto my cap. And this is the finished work. This is what the cap looks like. I feel like I could have used more flowers, but I beg, I already spent too much money on this cap. So this is me again, as usual, looking hella stunning. I went about to do my makeup and try to mimic the hairstyle that Cardi B had on in that video. I couldn't get all the accessories required to make that exact same look, but I tried my best. I tried as much as I could. So this is me now wearing my cap, and the cap looks absolutely stunning. This type of cap is something you can wear for maybe a costume party. I feel like it's even something you can wear to church, right? If you're the type of person that likes to wear headwears to church or to parties, this one is going to turn heads. They'll be wondering, how did you do it? Where did she get? Did she go and miss Cardi B to borrow a cap to use for this party? Anyway, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this cap turned out absolutely stunning. I meant about to also add this hair accessory. I just tried to basically improvise just to give the look a very, very stunning outlook. Give the look a stunning outlook. Moment drop rhymes. Anyway, if you made it to this point in the video and you enjoyed watching, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, leave me comments with the types of videos you want to see from me. If you have any other type of DIY project that you'd like me to try out, please be sure to leave me those types of comments in the comment section. Let's just connect basically. Also, if you're not following me on my other social media platforms, I'm going to leave my link or my handle now on the screen. Feel free to go follow me there. I'm very active on Instagram and TikTok. You'll find me there always. Anyway, this is the end of the video again. If you are still yet thinking, considering whether to subscribe or not, this is the last call to action, okay? Subscribe, join the family. This family is popping, okay? And you don't want to miss out, so be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm here just giving you guys vibes, okay? So just ignore me and listen to what I'm saying. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and all that good stuff. And be sure to watch something else. I'm going to leave other videos on the screen. Please check them out, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next one. Love you. I can't wait to see you again. Mwah.